I wanted to say good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are across this world of ours. Um, I want to talk about entitlements. And what I mean by entitlements is this perspective on what we're entitled in life. And I think the issue becomes an issue on where we are in society. And lately, I've been thinking that there are a lot of things broke within state and federal governments. And the big issue is a lot of people anymore are reliable or needing assistance by the state as well as the federal government. And the system, in my opinion, is broke. And the point is it's not a Democratic thing, it's not a Republican thing. It is a concern that things have to change to make better. And it's just the issue or the concern of mine too is that we have poor leadership, and I've talked about this before, that are within the political arena. And well, I see this also at the school level, see at the city level. And the point is that it's not necessarily the best leadership that's out there to help people. And it's more not the most educated and the most pristine people that are running for government anymore. So the point here is like a lot of my background, for instance, is on Native American and Native American studies. And the point that I want to make here is that there's issues within the Native American community as well, like water quality, isolationism, the feeling of hopelessness, just to name a few things. But we also have this problem with urban blight. Some of our major cities, such as Chicago, Philadelphia, New York. And the point here is I try to put a positive spin on this, in that it's not necessarily the people, but it's the mentality that needs to be adjusted. I've said this before. We are the captain of our ships. We have the ones destined to where things need to be in life. And I think we've lost focus on that. I know a few years ago, a lot of people said the United States is kind of dumbed down a little bit. And I see that because we've taken this in the school system and accepted things on a case basis, and necessarily we need to educate. I feel very blessed and very grateful to be in a position to where I was able to get and achieve a PhD, but this is not necessarily the case for everybody. And I often think of areas of blight, rural blight, as well as urban blight, where these people don't have that chance to do that. I know many years ago we started the Upstart program, but I feel that was a step forward, but it's not what I see the intent was with this. And I think our emphasis in our society has changed. We're more focused on getting wealth, and we fantasize on athletes that make all this money and movie stars, musicians, and the like that make all this money in this fan base on this. And it's, well, you don't know. But the issue becomes that we look at things in a spectrum that is really artificial. Like I've said with the social media, I use these and I post these in my social media to get the message out. It's part of what I like to do. And the point is on some of the things like Instagram, Facebook, for example, which I post these, a lot of the profiles on there anymore are fake, or the misinformation that's getting out about them, especially on YouTube as well. And that some of these people, and I've done videos about this before as well, is the intent is to get subscribers and not necessarily get the right message out to right people. Case in point, I was thinking about the tornadoes that were in Tennessee. There were some people that were sensationalizing the plight of these people that lost their homes, lost lives, etc. And it's not necessarily the intent to sensationalize this, but to get the information out. And I think this is where, as a society, we need to work on, because really what we're doing here is people are using the YouTube and the algorithms to make money, and not necessarily, the case in point, to get the correct message out. And it's the same thing as, like I said, with the government right now. The government is broke. People are in positions that probably shouldn't be in positions, both at the federal and as well as the state level. Case in point, I watched a video concerning the Artemis program, and this engineer was talking about, we're going back to the moon, but then the engineer was saying, how are we going to get there? How much it's going to cost? And really, the misinformation that's out there concerning the Artemis program, and which is from the government, is not correct. And the engineer, we plan to go, but his premise was, it looks good on paper, but there's more cost to it than that the government is actually saying. So, I'm thinking about, well, this is another project that the government's got involved with, that they misinformed the public of, not with the correct information, and creating more anything. The same thing goes with Ukraine, and though I'm not saying I'm pro-Ukraine or anti-Ukraine, but we're sending money over to the government, to that country, that otherwise could be used, because we got a lot of homeless people, and we need to get these people off the streets. But what we do, because of the industrial military complex, we will send money there and not deal with the issue of homelessness, mental illness, and have these people out on the street, which really they need a place where they can feel this well-being. And so there again, I'm saying the government has either lost focus, or is inept, or a combination of both. So the point I'm trying to make here is that as a society, and as a psychologist, we need to start empowering ourselves to do things and come up ways to better our lives through a network of support systems such as friends, family, neighbors, because the issues that are around us now are not necessarily going to get any better soon. And the point we need to do is take stock in this and move forward in life. Because really, like I said, the government's broke. I've always said, like, the whole, and my contention is still, because I do a lot of studying on the Native American reservation, is that the reservation system is absolute is archaic, is obsolete, and needs to be refined. It was set up in the 19th century. We're now into the 21st century. The reservations are not the way to go for the government anymore. That's a case in point. So the point is, we need to empower, for instance, Native Americans in the Native American society. We have them isolated. Some of them have poor water quality. This feeling of hopelessness, no jobs, et cetera, et cetera. A stack load of issues. And this is a case of point where the government, number one, has led the native people astray and not countered them as part of the issues. And I was thinking about this yesterday. It's like I've been doing these videos, namely on empowerment and that, and then I thought, really, my expertise or my reading or my savant is a lot of studying a lot about Native American culture. So my emphasis on these will be start working on creating a Native American, how the Native American culture needs to be reformed and revamped, and also to learn more about urban blight, rural blight, and how we can help other people with this as we go on. But because, like I said, when I saw that information from that engineer about the Artemis program, it just more or less concern gave me the belief that the government's broke. Situation for myself. I left my company in September, more or less, and I don't care what anybody otherwise will say. I was forced out, and I thought they would give me a job back, but that didn't happen. That's water. That's water over the bridge. Don't care. I'm not going there anymore. But the point that I'm saying here is that as a society, we need to start looking at revamping things more in the 21st century and not necessarily looking at things like leadership, looking at things, well, we've always done it that way. Like I said, the case in point is the Native American reservations. And the next month or so, I'm going to start doing a series of videos about how we can enhance people's lives on the reservation. Well, anyway, this is a start. I wanted to say thanks. Please like and subscribe on the button. And I'm not going to change a thing about it. I'm still going to say positive vibes. But my cap will be that, like, for comments will be Native American government is broke. Reservations are in chaos. We need to move things in a more positive way. Anyway, folks, please like and subscribe. Please leave comments. And hope to talk to you soon. This is Dr. Boyd Miller signing off, and have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.